Namaskar. Now we will discuss the coordinate transformation equations for different coordinate systems. Means how to change the coordinate from Cartesian to polar coordinate, polar to Cartesian, polar to cylindrical, and cylindrical to polar or vice versa. That means three coordinate systems are with us and we can change the coordinates from one to other. I will discuss the transformation from one system to other for one or two pairs, and then you can use those equations to derive the transformations from one system to other for all possible combinations. As we know, the polar coordinate system and cylindrical coordinate system requires the basic coordinate system, that is Cartesian coordinate system. We will have to begin with the Cartesian coordinate system. Therefore, this is a Cartesian coordinate system with three mutually perpendicular axes x, y and z with a common origin O. Let the point P is here. Now I will draw the perpendicular from point P on z axis. This will be the perpendicular. Let's begin with the Cartesian coordinate system and polar coordinate system. Therefore, I will represent the position vector r. Therefore, this is the position coordinate r in polar coordinate system. This can be treated as z. The angle made by r bar with z axis is theta in polar coordinate system. Now, to find polar as well as Cartesian coordinates, we need to draw a perpendicular from point P on xy plane. This is perpendicular. I will name this point as M if required. Then this is the projection of position vector r bar in xy plane. If I draw the perpendicular from the M on x axis, then this is your x coordinate, and if I draw the perpendicular on y axis, then this is my y coordinate. Okay. The angle made by the projection OM with x axis is phi. That means the third coordinate in polar coordinate system. Therefore, either I can represent P to be x, y, z, or P can be represented as r theta phi. Okay. Now, using simple trigonometry, we can say that in triangle OPZ, this is right angle triangle. Therefore, this is right angle triangle OPZ. R is the diagonal, Z is the adjacent side, and this side is the opposite side. This is same as this. Therefore, I can write the first equation to be Z is equal to R cos theta. Correct? Z is equal to R cos theta. This is R cos theta, and this opposite side, that is this side, same. This is R sin theta. I will not write this here because it is not the coordinate. Now, if I think about the right angle triangle OXM, say for example, then this is right angle triangle. It makes right angle at x. Therefore, now this is the diagonal r sin theta, and x is the adjacent side. Therefore, I can write x is equal to r sin theta, which is the diagonal, into it is adjacent. Therefore, it is cos of phi, r sin theta cos phi. And if this is y, then this is y. Okay, this is y, which is opposite side, opposite to the angle phi, with a diagonal to be r sin theta, and therefore y can be written as r sin theta sin phi. Okay, therefore, if we know the Cartesian polar coordinates r theta phi, then the Cartesian coordinates can be derived from that as x is equal to r sin theta cos phi, y is equal to r sin theta sin phi, and z is equal to r cos theta. Adjacent side is cos, and therefore we can write it is r cos theta. Okay. Now actually by solving these equations it is possible to find the reverse transformation equations, because there are three equations and we will have to express three unknowns, namely r, theta and phi in these different. Like I can say that how to find, if I take a ratio of these two, say for example, then it will form sin phi upon cos phi will be equal to tan phi, that is equal to y upon x, and therefore phi can be treated as tan inverse of y upon x. Yes, it is possible. Now by substituting the value for phi in this equation, you can find you can solve for theta and r, etc. But instead of doing like this, we will use the simple trigonometry again. And again, if I will have to find r in terms of x, y, z, it is bit simple. This r sin theta can be written as x square plus y square under root. And then by using the Pythagoras theorem for these two, we can write this is root of x square plus y square plus z square is equal to r. Therefore, I can write r is equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square. Now we know theta. Theta in terms of, I will have to express this in terms of z and this side. Okay, this is the opposite side, this is adjacent side. Therefore, theta can be written as tan inverse of this, that is OM, but OM is root of x square plus y square, and this divided by z, because it is tan theta is opposite side divided by adjacent side. Hence I can write theta is equal to tan inverse of root of x square plus y square upon z. Okay, root of x square plus y square is this. Fine. And for phi it is bit simple. If this is phi, then opposite side is y, adjacent side is x. Therefore, tan of phi can be written as tan inverse of y upon x. Okay, it is bit simple. Now these equations can be derived using these equations too. Means these are the transformation equations from the Cartesian coordinate to polar coordinate and polar coordinate to Cartesian coordinate. Now exactly in a similar manner, if we will have to think about the transformation equations from cylindrical to Cartesian, then again we will have to begin with the Cartesian coordinate system, because which is the basic coordinate system. This is x axis, this is y axis, this axis is z axis. Our point P is somewhere here, this point is P. Now again, as we are interested in both Cartesian and cylindrical coordinates, I will draw perpendicular from point P on z axis. Now this is r in cylindrical coordinate system. I will draw the perpendicular from point P on xy plane, let it be m. This will be the projection of position, not position vector, this will be projection of r in xy plane. Now I will draw perpendicular on x axis, perpendicular on y axis. This will be our z coordinate, this will be our x coordinate, and this will be y coordinate. Fine. Now this angle is phi. Z is common for Cartesian as well as cylindrical coordinate system. Therefore, the first transformation is very obvious. It is z is equal to z. Z in polar cylindrical coordinate is same as z in Cartesian coordinates. Now this r is the same as projection of r in xy plane, and therefore I can write r can be written as root of x square plus y square. Okay. Now as we are using left hand side to be r, obviously these coordinates must be the coordinate in cylindrical coordinate system. Therefore we will have to express phi, and again exactly similar to the polar coordinate system, phi can be written as tan inverse of y upon x, correct, because tan phi is equal to this opposite side, that is y upon x. Therefore tan inverse of y upon x is phi. Now how to write x, y and z? Again the situation is very simple. This is r, and therefore adjacent side x can be written as x is equal to r cos phi, correct? How we can write y? Y is this, it is opposite side, therefore it is r sin phi and z is equal to z. Now in this case, this z is the coordinate in Cartesian coordinate system and this is in cylindrical coordinate system, whereas this is in cylindrical and this is in Cartesian coordinate. All the terms to the right hand side are in Cartesian coordinate. In this case, all the terms to the right hand side of equality sign are in cylindrical coordinate system. Now, if we will have to represent in which coordinate system we are using this, then there is no issue for x, y, z. But here I can write r for polar, here I can write r for cylindrical. Therefore, I can write r for polar, theta. There is no issue for polar or cylindrical, but as a common terminology we can write it is p, here it is p, here it is p. This is r for polar, r for theta for polar, phi for polar, r for cylindrical, phi for cylindrical, r for cylindrical, phi for cylindrical, cylindrical. There is no issue of z, but again I will write this is z for cylindrical and this is z for cylindrical. Okay, there is no issue for x, y, z. Now I can give you the homework. What you will have to do? To the left hand side you will have to use r in polar coordinate system, then theta in polar coordinate system and phi in polar coordinate system, and you will have to express this r in polar coordinate system in terms of r in cylindrical, phi in cylindrical and z in cylindrical. Same for this, it will be another function r in cylindrical, phi in cylindrical, z in cylindrical. Similarly, the phi in polar will be a function of r in cylindrical, phi in cylindrical and z in cylindrical. This is one exercise. And similarly, you may think about how to express r in cylindrical in terms of, say for example, it is a L function of r in polar, theta in polar and phi in polar. Similarly, you may write this is cylindrical, therefore phi in cylindrical, it is m function of r in polar, theta is polar in polar and phi in polar, and z in cylindrical. How to express this? It is n function of r in polar, theta in polar and phi in polar. Therefore, the homework is to determine 6 equations. The transformation equation for coordinates in polar coordinate system in terms of Cartesian coordinate system, and for Cartesian coordinate system in terms of polar coordinate system. Now for that you may use these set of equations as a reference, and then you may have these equations. Okay, we will stop here. In the next session we will discuss something about the del operator in these 3 coordinate systems, and then we can have the idea about the gradient, divergence and curl in different coordinate system when the function is expressed in that particular coordinate system. Thank you.